Say what? It's vegan. Hey guys, it's your girl Chef Joya, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Say What is Vegan. We are celebrating Juneteenth today, and I'm gonna show you some of my favorite recipes and how you can celebrate and enjoy this recipe eating a delicious vegan meal. For this video, we are going to do no other than Texas barbecue. So we're gonna take my vegan ribs recipe that I actually have in my African and Caribbean vegan cookbook from my ancestors' table, and we're gonna take that jerk ribs recipe and we're gonna make that a Texas rib recipe. This recipe is absolutely delicious. It's easy to make. It may take some effort, but it's gonna be totally worth it. I mean, you can't celebrate Juneteenth without Texas barbecue, okay? So we're gonna start with Vital Wheat gluten flour. I'm gonna use some Moe's barbecue spice, and I like it because it eliminates me from adding my salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika. It eliminates all of that because it's all right into this one seasoning. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of chili powder because I gotta get my cumin in here. So a little chili powder here. Anytime I'm doing a recipe that's like beefy or porky, I wanna have that cumin, that coriander in here, and chili powder has all of that in there, so it's like an easy one-pop ingredient, right? Next, we're gonna add brown sugar. Now, what's barbecue without a little bit of sugar? And so we're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar. Now, can you use maple syrup or molasses? Absolutely, but your girl right here is gonna use some brown sugar. And I think that's good. Next, we're going to go ahead and give this a nice little mix around. And this is one of my favorite ingredients. We're gonna use some onion soup mix. Now, if you don't know about my onion soup mix, you better follow me on Instagram and everywhere else, because I talk about onion soup mix. This is the cheat. This is like kind of like the vegan cheat code, okay? It's two other things that I use, but you'll find those on Instagram, but this is a vegan cheat code and you have to have it. It is vegan. If you read the back of the box, it'll let you know that it's vegan, but let me open this, hold on, okay? So just make sure you get the right ones. There's different brands out there and most of them are vegan, but if you get one that's like maybe say like French onion or something like that does have milk in it, so make sure you're reading your labels, guys. Reading labels are super important. All right, so we're gonna give this a nice mix. And we're gonna add in our beef seasoning. So for this one, I am gonna use a Better Than Bouillon, no beef seasoning. Now this one is not the easiest to find, but if you can't find it, yes, you can use a vegan vegetable bouillon. Next, we're going to use peanut butter. Now I know you're like, peanut butter, it is not gonna taste like peanut butter, but peanut butter is super essential to this recipe because it gives a different texture to the Vital Wheat gluten flour, and it just gives that chew in it that you need. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add my Worcestershire. Now you can use any type of steak seasoning, and you wanna make sure that your Worcestershire sauce that you're using is vegan. A lot of times if you can't find a vegan Worcestershire sauce because it has anchovies in it, go for like a steak seasoning. There's many different brands out there, or you can even use a soy sauce or a coconut aminos. But when you do that, you are gonna need to add like a little bit more sugar because it does make a difference. So we're gonna add that to it. And I'm gonna kind of speed it up a little bit because now we're adding liquid, and when the liquid hits the gluten flour, it starts to turn gluey, all right? So I'm gonna, right here I have some rice paper. So I'm gonna break up a couple pieces, and I'll tell you what I'm doing with that in just a minute. And I'm gonna add that to the water, and we're actually gonna come back to it. So we're gonna kind of act like I ain't did nothing. We're just gonna sit that right there. And next, I'm gonna go ahead and take some jackfruit. Now, this is green jackfruit that has already been, that was in the brine. I already drained it, rinsed it in hot water, and I put it in the food processor and I shredded it. So this is what's gonna give me more of a meatier texture inside of my Vital Wheat gluten for my ribs. Now, as I'm mixing it, I'm going to need some more of that smoky flavor. Now, it's usually Texas barbecue, you know, the briskets and the ribs are smoked over hickory wood, and we're gonna put this in the oven, and we're not smoking it, but we're gonna use liquid smoke. Now, liquid smoke is key. This is a must-have staple in your pantry if you're vegan, especially when you're working with like, you want a vegan substitute, meat substitute, or anything like beefy, pork, or even chicken. I put in everything. I really put in everything. And next, I'm gonna add some olive oil to this. And then we're gonna add some ketchup. I know you like Chef Joy. These are a lot of different ingredients, but honey, baby, you need to taste everything, okay? Through everybody, everything, you're gonna taste it, all right? So we're gonna mix it around. All right, now we got that almost mixed, almost incorporated. We're gonna take some of that rice paper. Now, why am I using rice paper? Let me tell you why I'm using rice paper. So a while back, there's a chef on here, Chef Corinne, is an awesome vegan chef, And I had the pleasure of doing a live with her, and I talked about her rice paper method that she used when she make like chicken or oxtails. And I was like, you know, why did you do that? And she said, you know, it reminds me of skin. And she's like, one time, like she was like hungry and she seasoned up some rice paper and things of that nature. And she was like, wow. And I was like, you know what? That is an awesome idea. So I don't use it so much for skin, but I start to think about it. I'm like, it reminds me of a gristle, or like the tough meat of like a pork chop, or like a rib, or when you're trying to chew something, it's give you that nice chewy texture. So now I incorporate that into my ribs recipe. And next we're gonna go ahead and add some water. You wanna make sure it's mixed well through and through. You don't want any extra liquid. And if for some reason you put a little bit too much water in it, you can tell early on, just add a little bit more gluten flour to it, okay? It's kind of like you wanna add it early before it gets too late. So now that we're done mixing everything, we're gonna go ahead and sit this to the side while we go ahead and make our Texas barbecue sauce. All right, so we're gonna make this amazing barbecue sauce. It's super easy. And yes, you can buy your own barbecue sauce, but there's nothing like making your own barbecue sauce, especially your Texas barbecue sauce. Now I'm gonna start with my vegan butter, and you can use whatever brand you like. So I'm gonna add that to my pot, sizzling hot. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some, I'm using a sweet onion. So I'm gonna use about half a sweet onion, and I use 3 cloves of garlic. So next we're gonna go ahead and add in some fresh lemon juice. So we're gonna squeeze our lemon juice right in here. So we're gonna add a little bit of agave nectar in there. Next, we're going to add our brown sugar. Now you can use brown sugar and molasses as combined, but today I'm just gonna go ahead and use some brown sugar. And I like a kind of sweet one, so I'm gonna use a little bit more than I probably should, but it's mine, it's my business, I can do what I want. I just want it to be delicious, all right? Get that nice little stir in here. Then we're gonna add our spices. So I'm gonna use some kosher salt, some coarse black pepper, some coriander, some celery salt, and some chili powder. And we're gonna add all of that right into my pot. And then I'm going to add my 6 ounces of tomato paste. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of my Worcestershire sauce to it. And I'm gonna add some apple cider vinegar. And we're gonna add some Dijon mustard. And we're gonna give this a nice little whisk before we add our final ingredient. So we're gonna go ahead and add some water to this. So we're gonna allow this to cook down for the next 20 to 25 minutes, and we're gonna give this a nice taste. And at that point, we'll be able to adjust our seasonings. Now our sauce is done. Look how ooey and gooey and amazing this is. It's thick, but not super thick, but it's perfect for our barbecue sauce. And we're getting ready to sauce up our ribs and put it in the oven so you get that nice smoky flavor and get it cooked and get it ready for the grill. All right, so we're gonna take some of our sauce and we're just going to spoon it right onto some parchment paper. Now, parchment paper makes cleanup easier. Like, parchment paper is godsend. Now, if you wanna use some Pam or whatever and use it directly on the pan, go ahead. There's a lot of cleanup, but use some parchment paper. We're gonna put it right directly on here. And then we're doing the sauce on the bottom and the top because we want our gluten to actually bake inside of the sauces. So we want to get that flavor on the top and the bottom, okay? So after we do that, we're gonna go ahead and take our rib mixture and we're just gonna pour that right on top, and it's gonna fall just out. You know, it wasn't gonna be no fancy pour, all right? And we're going to shape it at this point. So we're gonna take it and press it out with our hands. And you want to do it in more of like a rectangle style loaf, and you'll see why in just a moment. So we're gonna press this out. Now, another thing with gluten, sometimes I see people do ribs that's super thick. Don't do that, okay? Because your gluten ribs is actually going to thicken while it's in the oven. So you want to try to get them probably about, I would say 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thick. And because it is going, when you bake it, it's going to puff up some, and you don't want it to be super, super chewy. All right, so we're gonna just take our pizza cutter, and the pizza cutter is the best way to do this, and we're just going to slice right through our gluten flour. We're gonna slice through our ribs, okay? Stop calling it gluten flour. We're gonna slice through our ribs. So next, after I do that, I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna take some more barbecue sauce, and I'm just gonna brush it right on top because I want this to bake right into the ribs. So I want all of that flavor, okay? So now that we have it topped with our barbecue sauce, we're gonna put this in the oven on 400 degrees and let this cook through and get ready for the grill. Our ribs are out of the oven. I allowed them to cool down, and I'm getting ready to grill these. Now, you can absolutely put these outdoor on the grill, or you could cook them inside. I love my griddle pan. Like, I use this thing for everything. You can tell, like, I cook on it, all right? So, but you want to make sure that you spray it with a little bit of non-stick spray, and to prevent more damage. And you're gonna take your pizza cutter again and just go over the same marks that you used before, all right? So we're gonna add the ribs right to this pan. Ooh, now I'm thinking about Juneteenth Festival. Listen, Juneteenth Festival was everything. Like, they had the parades, they had the pageants, and I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so it was a big deal. It was always a big deal. They had dance contests, street celebrations. It was just like everything, and it's amazing. Like, when I moved down here to the South, a lot of people didn't know what Juneteenth celebration was, and I was like, what? You know, and it's such an important part of history, just to know that a lot of people didn't know that they were free for over 2 years, and they found that out in 1865 on June 19th. So not only, you know, it's kind of like the second liberation of America, so like all the black people. Now, as you can see, I put some sauce on one side because when I get ready to flip it, I want that sauce to char onto my ribs as well. Now, you want the char, y'all, and I tell people all the time, if you ain't been to a cookout, they ain't got no char on the food, put it back on the grill, okay? I don't know where you from, but we gotta have char on the food, all right? Now that our Texas barbecue is ready, the entire meal is complete. And this is how I'm celebrating through food with my family and friends and celebrating Juneteenth. You will notice that we have a lot of red foods, and that's symbolic to the blood that was shed through the middle passage of our people. And we have watermelon, because you already know what it is with the watermelon. Now, you know I'm already not a dessert person, so you're not gonna see red velvet cake. But if you wanna do a red velvet cake, that is the cake that you would wanna do for this celebration. We have our hibiscus lemonade in this recipe. Guys, all these recipes you'll be able to find in my cookbooks, okay? You'll be able to find it, and it's so amazing, and I'll make sure I'll put the link below, and you'll be able to find it from my ancestor table, anywhere from my black and white greens, and that's collard greens and cabbage, to my baked mac and cheese, and you know I'm the mac and cheese queen. I am undefeated, award winning, so you're gonna get the best recipe. This is the award, this is my grandma's potato salad, and I did red potatoes instead of my Yukon Gold potatoes, and I did the red for Juneteenth. And then I have some fresh garden sliced tomatoes to add to my greens as well. And then we have our ribs, of course, jalapeno cornbread, and we have our black-eyed peas and rice. Now, I know you think of black-eyed peas and you think about New Year's, but you want to also have prosperity foods during these celebrations. So I made my red stewed black-eyed peas for this. And then we had some barbecue sausage. And then I had to take it back to Africa, and I made an okra purloo. Now, okra is native to Africa, and that is where we're from, so I had to make sure I add that dish into it to tie it all together. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Tell me how you're gonna celebrate with your family. Let me know what you're gonna make, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.